Alright, so welcome dear friends. Today we are going to talk about this beautiful topic called acute frontal sinusitis. Now this is really an easy topic, and once you have understood the maxillary sinusitis, then it becomes even easier for you to understand the frontal sinusitis. And I have already made a video on the maxillary sinusitis. So if you guys haven't watched my previous video on the maxillary sinusitis, then go and watch that video first. Link is given in the description, because there are so many similarities between the frontal and maxillary sinusitis, right? And once you understand the maxillary sinusitis, it becomes really easy for you to understand this frontal sinusitis. Now before we begin this topic, make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon to get the future notifications. Okay, so first let's look at what sinus is. तो साइनस बेसिकली क्या होते हैं? साइनस इज बेसिकली अ कैविटी और अ गैप, और यू कैन ऑल्सो कॉल सैक. ओके, सो ये एक कैविटी जैसा कुछ है, एक एम्प्टी स्पेस है. ओके, और जब भी हम साइनस के बारे में बात करते हैं, वी आर जनरली टॉकिंग अबाउट पैरानेजल साइनसेस. वी ऑल्सो हैव अ समथिंग कॉल्ड वेनस साइनसेस इन द ब्रेन. Those sinuses are also a cavity and a gap, but they are filled with the venous blood. That's why they are called venous sinuses. But here we are talking about particularly paranasal sinuses. And we basically have 4 paranasal sinuses. In the maxillary bone, we have maxillary sinus. In the frontal bone, frontal sinus. Ethmoidal bone have ethmoidal sinus. And sphenoidal bone have sphenoidal sinuses. Okay. And these sinuses are generally in the pair. Maxillary and frontal sinuses are in the pair, but ethmoidal sinuses are so many in the numbers, as you can see in this diagram, right? Okay, so here on the above we have frontal sinus, then we have maxillary. Now here you can see the maxillary sinus is in the direction of gravity. It's in the downward, it's inferior to the frontal sinus, whereas frontal sinus is above, so it's in the reverse direction of the gravity. Okay, and in between the frontal and maxillary sinus we have this sphenoidal and ethmoidal sinuses. Okay, and maxillary sinus is also a larger sinus. It's the most largest sinus in these 4 sinuses, so that's why the maxillary sinus is most commonly affected. Okay, see, maxillary sinus is frequently affected, most commonly affected sinus, whereas frontal and ethmoidal sinus are less affected as compared to the maxillary sinus, and sphenoidal sinus is even less affected, right? Because as you can see here, sphenoidal sinus is so much inside, right? So that's why it is the most less affected sinus. Okay, now let's come to the actual acute frontal sinusitis, actual topic. Okay, so it is a inflammation and infection of the frontal sinus, as the title says, and it is less commonly affected than maxillary sinus. And the etiology, the basic etiology of the frontal and maxillary sinus are almost the same. Okay, so we have seen the etiology like nasal etiology. Okay, the most common etiology is nasal etiology. From the nasal infection, from the nasal obstruction, the infection can spread to the frontal sinus. Okay, so nasal etiology is very common, but here the difference is in the dental etiology. Dental infection cannot cause frontal sinusitis, because as you can see here in the diagram, the mouth is here, so the teeth are here, whereas frontal sinus is here. It's so much above. Okay, it's so much above, so infection from the dental structure, from the mouth, cannot travel to the frontal sinus. Okay, so understand that. So in the etiology of the frontal sinusitis, we have basically nasal etiologies. Nasal etiologies includes nasal obstruction, the common infections of the nose, barotrauma from the swimming. Okay, but always remember that dental etiology, dental infection cannot cause frontal sinusitis. Okay, and sometimes maxillary sinusitis may cause secondary frontal sinusitis. It is called pansinusitis. Okay, so from maxillary sinus the infection can spread to the frontal sinus. Age and sex distribution is almost same as a maxillary sinusitis, and similar etiologies include trauma. Okay, so trauma to any structures of the face, right? Trauma to the nose, trauma to the danger area of the face. So okay, so today's quiz question is going to be, what is the danger area of the face? I repeat the question, what is danger area of the face? So tell me in the comment section, what is the danger area of the face? And if you don't know the answer is given in the description box. Okay, so yeah, you can go and check out that also. So similar etiologies include nasal infection, blood-borne infection, spread from neighboring structure, but infection from the dental structure cannot cause frontal sinusitis. Lowered resistance and trauma. Okay, now clinical features. So basically clinical features include pain, tenderness, edema and constitutional symptoms. So it is an inflammation, so there is going to be pain, edema. These are the signs of the inflammation, right? Okay, but here one thing that you should know is the character of the pain. What type of pain is the characteristic pain of the frontal sinusitis? So here the pain is vacuum frontal headache. Okay, so it is typically vacuum frontal headache, and it is typically sunrise to sunset headache. Okay, so now why vacuum frontal headache and what is vacuum frontal headache? So basically the vacuum frontal headache is the headache where the person feels so much heaviness. Okay, and the headache, when the headache is due to any pressure changes, any negative pressure in the cavity, then it is called vacuum headache. Some people also experience this headache while they are traveling through the aeroplane, right? So this is typical vacuum headache due to negative pressure, because vacuum means air. Okay, so that is vacuum frontal headache, and it is seen on the region of the frontal bone, but it may radiate to temporal and parietal region. Okay, and why sunrise to sunset headache? Now why sunrise to sunset headache? Because as we can see the frontal sinus here, let's look into the diagram. Now here is the frontal sinus above here, right? And it drains like this. Let me show you in the paint so that you can understand it betterly. So suppose this is a side pose of the person, and here we have a frontal sinus somewhere like here, but frontal sinus drains like this inside the nasal meatus. Okay, so the drainage of the frontal sinus occurs inside the nasal meatus. So this is a frontal sinus FS. Okay, and the drainage occurs like this inside the nasal meatus. So it's in the direction of the gravity. तो ड्रेनेज ऊपर से नीचे तरफ जाता है, और ज़्यादातर क्या होता है कि जब हम सोए हुए रहते हैं तब सिक्रीशन पूरा पैंट अप हो चुका होता है, because in the sleeping position your head goes like this, right? So all secretion gets pent up, but as you wake up in the morning and then you start working, the secretion comes out and the drainage occurs. So as you start working, slowly the drainage occurs. Okay, so that's why when you wake up in the morning there is a headache. You clearly feel the headache in the morning, but as the day passes by the headache decreases in its extensivity, or in its, what we can say, intensity. Okay, so yeah, it is typically a sunrise to sunset headache. So two things you need to remember: vacuum headache and sunrise to sunset headache. Now there is a tenderness in the inner canthus of the eye, because tenderness is generally in the region of the frontal bone, and then the tenderness can even travel to the middle canthus of the eye. Okay. Edema can be seen sometimes. Edema of the upper eyelid can also be seen, because both are very close, right? Anatomically both are very close to each other, and as it is an inflammation, then the constitutional symptoms can also be there. Redness is generally not present, and if it is a present, then it is mild redness, right? Now investigation. So posture test can be done. Now posture test is done to differentiate the frontal sinus with the maxillary sinus. तो पोस्चर टेस्ट जो होता है वो सिर्फ ये दो साइनस को ही डिफरेंशिएट कर सकता है. यू कैनॉट डिफरेंशिएट ऑल अदर थिंग्स. ओके, सो ये दो चीज़ को ही डिफरेंशिएट करेगा. अब पोस्चर टेस्ट में क्या होता है कि पर्सन को अपराइट पोजीशन में बिठाया जाता है. सो अपराइट पोजीशन में हम जब ऐसे बैठे रहते हैं तो फ्रंटल साइनस का धीरे धीरे से ड्रेनेज होने लगता है. ओके, सो द नेजल सिक्रीशन कैन बी सीन ड्यू टू दैट ड्रेनेज. बट मैक्सिलरी साइनस का अगर इन्फेक्शन है हमें, तो मैक्सिलरी साइनस में ड्रेन नहीं होगा, बिकॉज एज आई हैव ऑलरेडी सेड कि मैक्सिलरी साइनस है वो ग्रेविटी की रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में है, तो उसका ड्रेनेज ऊपर की तरफ है, वेरएज फ्रंटल साइनस का ड्रेनेज नीचे की तरफ है. ओके, सो पोस्चर टेस्ट कैन बी डन, बट it is very time consuming test and it doesn't differentiate other etiologies, so it is not done nowadays. Trans illumination test is also a clumsy test. Basically a lighted bulb is placed inside your oral cavity, तो आपके मुंह के अंदर बल्ब जलाया जाता है basically. That is also not done nowadays. Radiographs are done, and radiographs can reveal the frontal sinusitis, and in the radiographs there is opacity and haziness. Okay, so opacity and the haziness in the region of frontal sinus is there in the frontal sinusitis. CT scan can also reveal. CT scan actually reveals better details, right? So you can also go for CT scan if the diagnosis is uncertain. Now differential diagnosis can include ophthalmic headache. So ophthalmic headache might be confused with the frontal sinusitis. Generally the sinusitis pain is much severe and ophthalmic headache is very milder as compared to the sinusitis pain, right? And it usually occurs in the evening as eyes becomes tired, and the frontal sinusitis pain occurs in the morning, so it's totally different, right? Pain modality is totally different. Migraine can also be confused, but in the migraine the nasal cavity is generally normal, right? And the migraine is also accompanied by the nausea and vomiting. This is very different feature of the migraine, you know. So migraine के अंदर nausea vomiting याद रखना है, because most of the time migraine presents itself with the vomiting and nausea most time, right? So yeah, migraine typically presents itself with the nausea and vomiting, but if it is the milder type of migraine, then the nausea and vomiting doesn't occur. But generally most of the time the nausea and vomiting are there in the migraine, and the nasal cavity is also normal in the migraine, right? And the headache due to other causes should also be differentiated. There are so many causes of the headache, right? From simple stress to severe causes like stroke. So from stress to stroke, so from S to S, you know, so many causes of headache. So you should differentiate all the causes of headache. Now complications. So complications basically include the infection, spreading of the infection to the surrounding structure. तो फ्रंटल साइनसाइटिस ऊपर की तरफ है, तो अगर इन्फेक्शन नीचे की साइड पे स्प्रेड होता है, then there will be otitis media, infection of the middle ear, pharyngitis, laryngitis and bronchitis, right? And the infection sometimes can spread to the eyes, and there can be ophthalmic complications like edema of the eyelid, orbital cellulitis, and even orbital abscess. And in very rare cases there can be intracranial complications, okay, and intracranial complications like meningitis, encephalitis, brain abscess, extradural abscess, subdural abscess, and sometimes a very threatening condition like cavernous sinus thrombophlebitis can also occur. This is life threatening condition, right? So yeah, those are the complications. So complications are basically very simple if you understand. So here is the face, here is the frontal sinusitis, frontal sinus I mean, here is the frontal sinus. So, and here is the brain, here is the big brain, you know, and here is the brain stem and all that. So infection can travel into the brain, it can travel down, okay, and it can travel here in the eye. Very simple, right? So yeah, remember, it can travel to the eyes, it can travel to the brain, and it can go down. These are the complications you should be remembering. Now this is the local complication, which is the collection of the pus, mucocele and mucopyocyl. Mucus collection is called mucocele and mucus plus pus collection is called mucopyocyl. Okay, so coming to the treatment. Now in the treatment we have very basic treatment, very basic treatment, right? We prescribe, it is an inflammation and infection, so we are going to prescribe antibiotics and antihistaminics. Antihistaminics is given for the allergy, so when the patient have allergy you can prescribe antihistaminic, and decongestants are prescribed here because there is a congestion, there is a lot of congestion, right? We talked about a negative pressure, that's why we have a vacuum headache in the frontal sinusitis. So you can prescribe decongestants, and the decongestants which are prescribed are systemic decongestants, right? You don't you don't generally prescribe nasal decongestants in this condition. Nasal decongestants are also prescribed, but they are more helpful in the maxillary sinusitis. Here the general or systemic decongestants are more helpful than the nasal decongestants, right? Analgesics are prescribed for the pain relief and antihistaminics with the allergy. Now surgical treatment can also be done, but please note that surgical treatment aren't that much successful. There is a trephining process, right? So basically trephining का मतलब होता है कि होल बनाना, तो इस trephining process के अंदर भी वैसा ही होल बनाया जाता है for the better drainage, okay? But it is a detailed surgery and I am not going to mention that now. Endoscopic sinus surgery can also be done and it obviates the need of the external surgery, right? So yeah, that was it. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you do like this video then please give thumbs up and share your views in the comment section, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so that I get motivated and make more videos like this, right? So thank you so much.